You look like you've got a lot on your plate, Master Bailiff. Is work keeping you busy?
Busy? I've had so many visitors, I wouldn't wonder if the door fell off its hinges.
What's going on?
I've been given the task of putting some of the Scarlet's refugees to work. It's not that there's a shortage of jobs, the problem's sharing them out fairly.
I understand. Everyone has mouths to feed.
The worst part is they won't tell you who really needs a job the most, but you might be able to help, Henry.
How?
They're like to be more honest with you, so you can find out who's in the most need. And you can decide for yourself who'll do what. Will you help?
If you need help, I'll do whatever I can.
You're a godsend. I'm sure it won't take too long. You know how the refugees are getting on, don't you? But ask around if you need to find out more.
What kind of work are we talking about?
Well, old Hagen is looking for a cook, and we need 5 carriers.
A cook and 5 water carriers. Sounds simple enough. Is there a problem?
A little. We need 3 water carriers, but the other 2 will have to carry, begging your pardon, shit. Or as the Pope would say, excrement.
Is there anyone who can tell me more about it?
Yes, the merchant Conrad Hagen is the one looking for a cook, so you can talk to him. And young Alex will know which of the Scarlet's folk are best suited to the job.
That's all I need to know.
Good luck, then.
Good health to you.
I'd like to ask about our former neighbours. There are jobs here for some of them, and I have to pick people.
The bailiff told me about it. He still wants our people to do the knacker's job?
But what of it? It will benefit everyone.
Not everyone. There's not enough work for everyone, and no one wants to do the knacker's job.
So, do you know who's most in need of some coin and is fit for hard work?
Everyone's in need of coin, but not everyone is fit for such work.
But who should I talk to then? Where will I find them?
I'll talk to them myself and send them to meet you in front of the Rathaus, so they'll all be in one place. It'll take me a while, though.
I'm also looking for a cook. Do you know of a good cook who's looking for work?
Well, there's Agnes. I've heard she can cook better than anyone. Only...
Well, what's the problem? Did something happen to her?
No, it's just that I haven't seen her around here for ages. I believe she's cooking for the local parish priest and living at the presbytery. So I don't think she's in need of work.
Thanks. I'll go.
Farewell.
Так, а всем доброго времени суток. Я тут заметил то, что я забыл врубить микрофон. Я тут распинался о делах на сегодняшний день, но, скорее всего, я этот момент вырежу. Так что сразу после диалога последует другой диалог. Просто, чтобы не удивлялись. Короче, буду повторять то, что я уже говорил. В прошлом видео мы остановились на том, что я свалил на ротаевский турнир. И там, короче, я выбил Хунс Гугель Панов Липы на 2 единицы лучше, чем наш Гранд Бацент, поэтому я его продал. И вот у нас теперь такой шлем. Так, кто будет говорить то, что вот этот носик некрасивый, я тому лично этим носом лицо пробью, потому что это надежно и практично. Короче, планы на сегодня. Это разобраться вот с этим заданием водоносы. И, ну, понятно, какие еще говновозы. Угу. И потом сгонять. Я думал помочь палачу Герману. У него там... Короче, сами все увидите. Если я это, конечно, сделаю. Так, нам еще надо по поводу... Я попросил паркур. Ну да ладно. Так, нам еще надо по поводу... Опа. Да, еп. Так. Сейчас весь план, видим. Не понял. Что за... А, это типа детей. А ну, вставай.
I'm glad to see you.
The bailiff sent me.
Отличный кадр.
Said you're looking for a cook.
That's right. I'm searching for a good cook, but I've said all that to our esteemed bailiff.
Well, I offered the bailiff my help because I know the Skalitz folk.
Короче, давай говорить, что тебе надо.
Well, ask away then.
Do you have any particular requirements for the new cook?
Well, it would be an advantage if she knew how to cook.
Well, yes, but the bailiff said you had other conditions.
Well, I want a woman who's capable of looking after the house when I'm away on business.
Young, nimble.
What for? I want her to impress people with her food, not her face.
I understand. Sorry.
Да-да-да, мы тут пытались тебя женить, а ты тут отходишь. Так,
I
ну
also
ладно.
heard that you need workers to carry, to empty latrines.
It's not dignified to talk of such manners.
Да, конечно.
It's not a concern for decent people.
But I need to know.
Enough. I won't have such talk in my home.
Ну, пошел ты,
God be with you.
как говорится, в отхожие места. У тебя дверь, кстати, на распашку. Не благодари. Мразь ты неблагодарная. Я ради тебя тут стараюсь, а ты спишь, пока половина города не спит. Все ложатся спать, только идут к 12 примерно. А ты только сейчас. Тьфу. Буржуй. Так, ладно. Где-то здесь должна быть мадама, с которой мы должны еще переговорить. Да вы... А, серьезно, че ж мне в дома-то надо вам?
God preserve you, good night.
Are you Agnes, who works at St. James?
I am.
Так, мы нарушаем закон, так что давайте
Or I
побыстрее.
did, before though.
I'm looking for a good cook and housekeeper. And everyone I ask,
I've been.
so it seems. Anyway, the local merchant wants someone who can cook food fit for no...
Well, Father Francis was very fond of good food.
Merchant Hagen isn't...
I've heard of him.
Really? Well, yeah, sure he is.
True. People still talk about the lovely service he arranged for his wife.
So you wouldn't mind being his housekeeper?
Well, I don't know.
Where's Father Francis?
I don't know. The last time I saw him, he was going to confession in Sasau. But that was
Does he go to Sasau often?
not so often. About once a month. He
I'll ask around about what happened to Father Francis. I'll let...
May the Lord watch over you.
Вы серьезно? Вы серьезно? Ну, как говорится, нам все равно надо ждать. Мне не нравится то, что ночь. Собираются? Он сказал здесь. Так, ну пока никто не собирается, узнаете, что со Скалецким священником. Ай. Ладно, давайте до встречи.
Father, when do you plan to return to St. James?
I beg your pardon. Why do you ask, my boy?
Your housekeeper, Agnes, is in Rattay and doesn't want to work for anyone else. She's waiting for your return.
So she survived. Thank the Lord. I prayed for her and all who suffered, but I'm not going back. Tell her I appreciate her concern, but to look out for herself now.
Take care now.
Так, ну ладно, пораспрашивали моего. А мне теперь бы...
Who's there? Answer me.
Бу! Ну ладно, NPC здесь туповатый. Это я признаю. Так, ладно, а мне теперь бежать, по идее, бы в Работаем, потому что мне пришло оповещение, то, что там все собрались. Так что до встречи в Работаем.
And blessed one. Jesus Christ be...
I asked around in Sasau. Father Francis is doing well in Sasau. He has no plans to return to St. James.
You talked to him? How is he doing? Doesn't he need his cassock fixed? He's always tearing it. There isn't a pew or a...
I asked the abbot. He said they have work for him elsewhere and that St. James will have to wait.
Wait. I remember the last time. We had to go to Sasau for almost...
That won't be that bad. Meanwhile, you can work at Master Hager's house and...
You're probably right. What else can I do at my age? And the...
So you agree you'll go and work for Hagen?
Isn't that what I just said? I'll go. Goodbye.
Так, короче, с одной женщиной мы решили. Погнали решать со всеми. В принципе, она сказала то, что будет ключницей, а не... Опа. Ну, собрался народ. Давайте пораспрашиваем каждого. Так.
You hear about the water carrying?
Aye. I can haul water all day long.
So, do you want the job? There's plenty of other folk that will take it if you don't.
I do. I want it. What do I have to do?
Да подожди.
Hey, am I invisible or what?
So tell me, what was your trade before?
I was a miner, then a farm laborer, then I was a servant,
А ты можешь говорить быстрее,
then I fled
или
from
вот
Skalitz and
тебе
ended up here.
в
Quite the
шахте
factotum,
упал
aren't
на
you?
голову?
Was none of those jobs good enough for you?
I liked them all, but they were always sending me to do something else. Pickman, they'd say.
Ну так
Leave
это и
this
есть
and go and
работа.
do that.
Так, ладно.
Right, I see.
Я вот это.
Well, I could put in a good word for you, but...
Fair enough. Show me where it...
No, you don't. It's just a saying. Like, I do something for you.
Ah, right. I see. Well,
Какая?
Treasure, you say? Right,
Так,
got my
стоп.
attention.
I see you're a smart man.
Опа.
A man who knows a thing or two about the...
Never heard of her.
She was a great queen in ancient time.
Magical, eh? You shouldn't believe everything.
No, it's true. It's in the Bible. And this sword,
I see. But you've only got...
I couldn't get it all. The fellow I bought it off didn't have the rest. He sold off bits and pieces.
We'll shake on it. I'll get you the job.
Так,
Agreed.
там есть квест. Реально, есть квест на починку меча, но собирать все эти 5 кусочков, ну это гемор. Ну, давайте...
God be with you.
Are you here on account of...
Давайте всех
Yes, I
быстренько.
am.
Тебя
Nice
зовут
to
Вит?
meet you. I'll ask a few
Ah.
questions.
Fine.
What did you do before?
I work for my father.
Doing what?
He was Moimir.
Really? His farmhands came to the tavern a lot, but I never saw you there.
Так, ладно.
And what would you give me?
I've got nothing.
Oh, come now. You say you want the...
Mother told me I should go and help. If you don't want...
That's enough for
Так, ладно, этого достаточно. Ага. Камень.
God be with you.
You're one of the people interested in work?
Well, Alex told me that I'm supposed to ask about a job carrying water.
That's right. But first, I'll ask you a few questions.
Peter. But everyone calls me Rock. There was more than enough people.
At the mines? So you're a miner?
That's right. I worked in the East Shaft, and I hope I'll be working. Now that I think of it, have you heard anything from their lordships?
I have no idea what their lords...
All right. I just thought you might have heard.
Так, нас интересует, как говорится, только то, что можно.
Good work.
Sure. If I put in a good...
But I haven't got a pot to piss in. I lost everything, and I'm in...
Oh?
I heard about it at the mine, before Skalitz was raided.
So, what did you hear?
They found something they wanted kept a secret. There weren't any rumors about a silver scene, but what else could...
The punishment for stealing the king's silver is hanging or burning at the stake.
I know, but you can't be burned for stealing silver nobody knows about.
That's enough for now.
God be with you.
Так. Тонда.
Good health to you, sir.
You're here about the water.
Так, ладно, давайте расспрашиваем про...
Where do I get some?
Да подожди ты, армянский парень ты.
We haven't decided yet who gets the job.
What for? I can handle the job.
What trade did you do before?
I worked in the mines, at the winch. You've heard of Tonda, the wind.
Ah, the name sounds familiar. You were one of the new miners, weren't
I was. I came last autumn. The winter was mild enough to work the mines, and I showed everyone I was a hot...
We're not finished yet. What would you give me?
What could I give when I don't have a pot to piss in?
Опа,
All I
сильный
have
руль.
is a strong arm. Whenever
Well, if I get you the job, will you show me how to rig?
I could, deal.
Вот с этим по рукам. Так,
I know everything on you.
двоих я уже
Can I
точно.
go carry water then?
Not yet. I'll tell the bailiff.
Well, I hope he cheeses me.
I'll bear that in mind.
Good luck to you.
Не, вот этот трейн пойдет водоносы. Ну ладно. И получается у нас отбойщик и Тонда идет водоносы.
God be with you.
You're interested in...
I am. It's about time, sir.
Agree. Now,
What? But I want the work and I deserve it.
what makes you so deserving?
I was the owner of a mine. Well, I'd have lived.
The chief, eh? But have you ever hauled...
There's no hill in a mine.
What would you give me?
So that's how it is.
Come now. I just want to help, but I'll have my job cut out.
All right. I don't have anything, but I know
Nah, no,
I've nothing else to offer.
that's enough
Не.
for now.
Good luck to you.
Он слишком быкует. Так, а ты кто?
Good morning.
What do you want?
I want to work. And I heard you're the one in charge.
It's true. Do you know how to cook? If you know how to make food for nobles...
Where would I learn to cook food for nobles? I want to...
But Alex has already picked people who want to carry water.
He didn't ask me, though. So I came here myself.
Так, начались проблемы.
Be that as it may, I already have the people I need to carry water. And anyway, it's no job for a...
I'm strong enough to knock you on your arse. Goodbye.
Ну и нет. Так. Так. Предположим... Пам-пам-пам. Так, наше ой, не то. Ну, вот, Антония вспомнила. Антонии нужно лечение для мужа. Ты не мог всех людей записать в этот список? Так. Да, возможно, все забыл. Так, ладно, погнали к Рихтаржу. Не туда. Ладно. У тебя книги не продаются? О, дядь, пойдем поговорим. А тебе чего надо? Так, секундочку, товарищи. Так, прошу прощения, был очень важный звонок.
God's blessings. What can I do for you?
I know everything I need.
Так.
Splendid. I'll be glad to get this damn bit.
So, how do we do this?
Just tell me their names and whether they should carry
Тонда.
Tonda. They call him
the winch. Ought to be good with a buck.
Тонда, это вода.
So we have one person to carry water.
Так. Давайте вначале просто вот.
Vassy.
Pickman. I hope he doesn't have a...
No. They call him Pickman because he worked in the silver mines.
Ух ты ж, как у нас доспех блестит. Посмотрите просто на это рассоченько.
Well, he can't do too much damage with a bucket, I suppose.
Так, нет. Вода.
So we have one person to carry water.
И получается еще вид.
Vincent? Never heard of him. What do you think he should do?
To carry water.
So we have one person to carry...
Так, ну ладно, Антонио.
What? Oh,
yeah. Is that a problem? You never said it had to be...
I didn't, but I kind of assumed it would be clear. It's a long walk.
It'll have to be someone else.
Так.
Peter. Better known as...
Peter? Rock? Didn't he get into a fight and injure his arm?
Carrying shit.
Good. One person for the...
И получается Корнелиус.
Cornelius. I had him here once looking...
Carrying shit.
Good. One person for this job.
That's it.
Good. All decided.
I chose a cook.
Tell me who you chose, and I'll take...
Так, Антоний надо помочь, потому что у него муж. Давайте лучше будем самаритянином.
I chose Antonio.
Good, I'll send for him.
Чего? 85 грошей.
Master Bailiff.
Nothing of interest to me.
Так, ладно, мы получили чуть-чуть. Короче, получили мы чуть-чуть тут навыки. А, это пьянство у меня до сих пор не распределил. Так. Нам тут сказал про какой-то... Короче, он рассказал про какой-то... Про какую-то шахту нам, конечно. Хотя там уже все обследовал. Что мне? Так, короче, народ. У меня целых 2 задания. Если игра не залагала, то у меня целых 2 задания в Сазовском монастыре. Ну да, пофиг. Я хочу... Думаю, давайте быстренько еще выполним вот здесь квест. там быстренько выполняется, в принципе, но он такой добренький. Кончим на хорошей ноте. Встретимся тогда, получается, у палача. Короче, добрался я, ну, как мы видим, тут плачет женщина. Я помню этот квест, когда раньше проходил. Герман. Короче, надо поговорить с палачом. Маш, не будем показывать то, что у нас есть ключ? Здравствуй, Герман. Вот, любовь зла.
I executed her husband.
Да.
What? You killed him?
No, not like that. It was done lawfully. She knew he had it coming.
So then, why...
Folk would like to drive her out of town. She has no one here. For a while I thought I could take care of her, but it wasn't to be.
Why?
Do you really have to ask? I can't even go to the tavern for company.
Я могу с
And no
тобой
one would
выпить.
sup their ale with me. And when I die, they'll probably push me into a hole with a stick so as not to touch
Ну,
my
хотя да,
corpse.
неблагодарная это была профессия.
I'm not complaining, mind. It's a well-paid job, if you don't mind being a pariah. They might look sideways at you, too, just for talking to me.
And that's what she's
Давай
afraid of.
попиваться выпьем. Все равно же
Exactly.
Doesn't that crying girl have any kin?
None she knows of. Poor lass. You could help her, though, if you wanted.
Me?
Да давай.
How?
Elishka has no family, but her husband might still have some kin. Nobody will talk to me, but you could find out more.
What would she have to put up with?
A lot. I can't deny. Most of the town folk wouldn't give her the time of day, at
Да
least
это я
not in
знаю.
public.
Ну, я
If we had
знаю,
children, it
Индрижих
would be
нет.
even worse for them.
That doesn't sound like a very happy life.
Но
It's
зато
not
что
all
твои
bad.
дети будут
It's a well-paid
обеспечены
job and
работой.
even respected in a way. And when someone needs a bone set, all of a sudden they forget your reputation.
How can I find out if there's any family?
Try asking Elishka herself. She knows a thing or two about them. But in...
Так, ладно.
All right.
My thanks.
Давайте уж поможем. Все-таки он бедный человек. Так, с дороги курица. Ща как тресну. Ну как не помочь таким людям? Оба бедные.
Herman sent me.
What a way to end up.
Don't despair. It could be a lot worse.
Индрия.
Only death could be worse, and I'm not far from it.
Can I ask about your family?
What do you want to know?
Didn't your husband have any kin?
Maybe. He mentioned some, but we never went to see them.
Is that all you know?
Yes. But if they're anything like my old man, the bailiff and his catchpoles will know about them.
Да.
Don't you have any kin left? Someone who'd take you in?
No. They all
Понятно.
died of the... And then I ended up with...
That's all I need.
Just the very fact that I'm talking to you.
Listen.
Nobody will ever look at me again.
Да блин. Короче, Санта-Барбара местного разлива, и давайте пока ее порешаем. Короче, встретимся опять-таки у Рихтаржа. Так, вот ты где.
Do you know Elishka? The wife of the man who was hanged recently?
The one that's with the executioner now.
Да-да-да, та самая.
Life can be cruel sometimes.
Да вообще пипец.
Right. And do you know if she has kinfolk somewhere around?
How should I know? Now, if you don't mind, I'm very busy.
Fruits, apples, cucumbers, onions, come get 'em.
Ничего себе, кстати, он... Либо это специально для этого квеста, хотя я его могу на 20-ку
If
просто.
Elishka stays with the executioner, it'll end up being your problem anyway.
Christ. Oh, all right then. Tell the scribe.
О.
Thank you.
А то не знаю, я не знаю. Тьфу. Где это? Пар-па-пам-па-па-пар-пам. Вставай.
I'm glad to see you.
О.
I'd like to ask if...
This... Young man, there's always someone who wants...
I wondered if you could take a look in your...
Books? God above, am I to shuffle around here with my...
Ты заколебал.
That's another matter then.
Заколебал. Не
What do you
хочу
need,
тебе
friend?
твои колено решать. У самого болит.
Is it possible to find out from the records where someone lived?
You think we keep records of every serf? For Christ's sake, they...
But I thought that in the rat house...
Boy, the books are for recording pacts, undertakings, punishments, property rights, and so forth.
Как-то понятно.
Elishka? You don't mean the one who married into the Mishek?
Да.
Yes, you know her.
Why wouldn't I? I used to play dice with old... He had a son. A nice, polite lad.
Давай пора.
You know, he's quite tied up these days.
Well, if you see him, tell him...
And where are the Misheks living now?
A stone's throw from Rate by the small...
Thanks.
Все, бывай. Можно я у тебя книги стырю, а то мне читать уже нечего. А то у меня навык чтения не повышается. Мы будем нарушать закон? Не будем. У меня спасительный... Надо будет найти, где тут можно книги купить. А то... Ладно. Куда мне надо... Ну я знаю. Я тут это, как сокровище добывал, я вам рассказывал. Так, ну я примерно знаю, как туда добраться, так что... Встретимся у семьи. Ну чё, пришаманили мы? Ах. Как говорится, доброе утречко. Пожелаю вам. Ты обалдел вот так на меня. Ты видишь, какой у меня железо? Как вот дарю.
Never heard of her. Get lost.
Ты не обалдела?
She's your nearest kin. Elishka's part of your family, and she really needs you.
I won't help anyone.
Паш. Я сейчас возьму и вас ограблю. Понятно? Иди к черту, бабка. Так. Блин, все равно надо ей квест.
What is it now?
Listen, you old hag. If you interrupt me one more time...
Fuck up!
Пошла сама.
I could make it worth your...
Really?
Your son's widow needs help.
What do I care about some useless girl?
She could help you with the farm.
A bit of help. Send her here then. But don't let her think
That sounds...
And if I hear a...
Find salvation.
Не, нафиг ей такой дом. Я потом вечером сюда приду. И парочку ножей им вставлю в глотку. Совсем оборзели.
Bellyache, have you?
Даже если мне придется квест проходить. Вот он, уроды. Совсем оборзели у меня тут. Где у них тут хабар? Не посрать. Это месть. На меня еще никто здесь не имеет права бычить. Да. Моя месть оказалась недолгой. Они оказались очень бедными. Ладно, встретимся уже у Германа, получается. Раз, два, три. Так, ну чё, я вернулся. Семья. Вернулся я из поганого места. Привет.
Good afternoon.
You're not crying now?
I'm not. I've wept enough
Молодец,
for a lifetime.
так держать.
It's a bit of a change since my last visit.
I haven't had much luck in my life, but I've always worked things out in the end.
Молодец.
Tears are no help to
Чётко.
anything.
Молодец.
So, did you find out something about them?
I did. I found your husband's father and mother, and they're willing to take you in.
But
They're not very nice people, Elishka. They probably work you to the bone.
Не надо.
But you would get fed.
Послушай меня, пожалуйста.
life is never easy. But at least I'd have a family.
Они тебе.
You're right. I'll have another talk with Herman.
Goodbye.
Elishka's looking better.
She is, but she's not happy. God.
Indeed.
Did you know her whole family was wiped out by the plague? She was barely 12.
Losing your family isn't easy.
Sorry, I wasn't thinking. So, did you find...
I have. I tracked them down. They say they take her in, but I'm not sure if she'd do well there.
Leave that to her. I just hope she'll be better off than now.
I've heard the way you talk about her, and would you like Elishka to stay?
You know, Hal, she was always the sweetest girl. When she came with her family to Ratai, still single, she was a sight to behold. And it might surprise you, but she even had a word or two for me now and again. It grieved me when she married that wastrel. It was a foolish idea, but I always thought maybe she and I could... Well, fate likes a good laugh. Now I've strung up her old man. I have her under my roof. I don't want her to leave, but...
Так, ну...
You can sleep in my bed.
I most certainly...
I'll sleep on the floor. You've nothing to fear from me.
That would...
Прикольный диалог.
That would be nice. Thank you.
Have you made your mind up?
I can't decide.
Лучше не знать. Там это, короче, они придушены чуть-чуть. Не надо. Тебе реально лучше остаться с Германом.
He's a decent, upright fellow. I've met none better, and that's the honest truth. But he's an executioner.
Когда это кому-то мешал?
What's the problem? That the other women won't chat with you down at the creek? Did that sort of gossip ever interest you anyway? He's a fine man, isn't he? He's willing to take care of you, and he has the means to do it, and he wants you. He's so sick with love for you, he can't even sleep.
But did he really say that?
He told me he's been in love with you for years. He said he always thought you were the sweetest girl in Ratai.
That's true.
Блин, ну ты
We
сваха,
used to
Индра.
meet now and again and
Это телефончик
exchanged a
мы
few
внизу
words.
сейчас припишем, вы это
I-
звоните.
Well,
Найдем
he always
девушку на раз,
treated
два,
me
три.
nicely. By all that's holy, you're right. I'll stay here. God be with you. Herman,
Yes?
can I stay here with you?
You mean for good?
If you don't want me to.
You can! By God, you can! You've made me the happiest man in the world. Thank you, Hal. Thank you.
Think nothing of it. The main thing is everything worked out well.
It did. It did. Thank you. And I want you to have this. God Almighty, I've got Alishka. After all these years, me, the executioner, has the woman he loves.
Спасибо, конечно, но я бы за сваху даже меньше взял. Ой, ладно. На хорошем моменте мы с вами будем заканчивать. Главное, чтобы это все записалось, как говорится. Ну да ладно. С вами был Дахара на меня орать, я тебе сейчас сам поору. Надо, наверное, только одно сказать. С вами был я, Сойк. И я ухожу в лес, чтобы в следующей серии уже пойти по главному квесту. О да, мы возвращаемся на основную тропу войны Индрежиха. Всем пока.